Africa is not a land. It is a battleground. Here, life is not given. It must be seized. And the price is always blood. Predators don't hunt because they're hungry. Because if they stop, they themselves become prey. Wild Africa, the brutal battleground between hunter and prey. Across the endless grasslands of Africa, the early sun awakens an entire world. Golden light stretches far, rousing life with every breeze. Here, millions of lives coexist. Forest elephants by the riverbank, antelopes leaping, zebras galloping across lush green hillsides. But no species wears magnificence as profoundly as these giant inhabitants. Mass, strength, and survival instincts forged over millions of years. African buffalo, Synchorus kaffir, one of the most dangerous and unpredictable animals on the dark continent. An adult buffalo can weigh up to 900 kilograms. The thick horns fuse together to form a natural shield, called the boss, a symbol of strength. Each day they move steadily, grazing, drinking water, resting under tree shade. Not noisy, but always present. Buffalo live in herds, from dozens to hundreds, but not always tightly organized. Their bonds are much looser than many other species. During the dry season, they gather near water sources. But when food is abundant, the herd may scatter, each animal foraging in its own direction. Females and calves usually stay together. Older males tend to live alone or in small groups, only returning to the herd for mating. But within this structure, a gap appears. When danger strikes, protective instincts are not always triggered. Buffalo senses are good, but not exceptional. Sharp sense of smell, but average vision. Behavioral intelligence lower than elephants or primates. This makes them slow to react. When enemies approach, many individuals don't recognize it immediately. This lack of collective vigilance becomes a weakness. African wild dogs are disciplined hunters, coordinating seamlessly to create formidable collective power. With large ears and extremely sensitive sense of smell, they can track prey across towering grasslands. The massive buffalo herd is gathering, forming a living fortress that challenges any predator. The wild dog pack begins harassment tactics, trying to find openings to separate an individual from the herd. Buffalo resist with thunderous charges, using their solid horns to defend their safety perimeter. A lightning-fast chase erupts, testing the wild dog's endurance and the buffalo herd's steadfast resolve. When cornered, buffalo often unleash extraordinary strength to drive away their encirclers. Teamwork is the most crucial weapon, enabling wild dogs to dominate targets many times their size. A bloody attack begins, the pack focusing on the weakest points to drain the opponent's strength. In nature, letting down one's guard for even a second is enough to completely change a life's fate. But the savanna suddenly falls silent when lions appear, asserting the absolute authority of the apex predator. Lionesses coordinate the ambush, their explosive power making the battle more tense than ever. Eyes full of killing intent lurk in the bushes, the predator waiting for the perfect moment to strike fatally. Battle erupts in clouds of dust, roars tearing through the quiet space, creating an incredibly tragic scene. Sharp claws dig deep into the prey's back, the lion exerting all force to pull the massive giant down to the ground. The buffalo's fierce resistance demonstrates an indomitable will to survive amid the siege of apex hunters. The buffalo herd suddenly counterattacks collectively, pushing the lions into a passive and dangerous position. The boundary between hunter and prey suddenly reverses, evidence of nature's cruelty and unpredictability. The lioness constantly watches her cubs, ensuring the next generation's safety against the buffalo's fury. As dusk falls, the survivors carry wounds and exhaustion, preparing for a night full of challenges. The cycle of life and death continues to operate, maintaining the unchanging balance of the savanna ecosystem. Under the brilliant dawn, the lioness pride begins deploying dramatic hunting tactics. Their target is the massive buffalo herd, animals famous for their ferocity and formidable strength. At the still water source, the boundary between life and death suddenly becomes more fragile than ever for the buffalo herd. Lionesses silently close in on their prey, each step soft, leaving no sound whatsoever. Jackals and bat-eared foxes stand watching from afar, witnesses to the Savannah battle. Buffalo counterattack with sharp horns, trying to push back the enemies surrounding them. A chase explodes amid the dust clouds, testing the speed and persistence of the matriarchal hunters. Vultures have begun appearing in the sky, signaling a bloody conclusion about to unfold. The lioness charges full force straight at the prey, sharp claws digging into the thick hide. The struggle unfolds incredibly fiercely, where the buffalo herd's survival will is tested by collective power. The buffalo struggles desperately to escape the siege, demonstrating the fierce survival instinct of all species. The lion pride's persistence is rewarded when they find an opening to bring down the massive giant. The decisive bite to the throat locks the prey's breath, ending a merciless battle. The buffalo finally falls, affirming the absolute authority of the apex predator on this land. The male lion appears to assert his status, ensuring his priority at the Savannah feast. The abundant meal provides precious energy for the entire pride through the harsh days ahead. Scavengers patiently wait for openings, hoping to receive scraps left behind by the apex predator. As the sun sets, the Savannah returns to its inherent peace, hiding the traces of battle. A new day is about to begin with new challenges, continuing the endless survival story of nature. Nature is always cruel but fair, maintaining the miraculous balance between hunter and prey. Strong yet vulnerable, giant yet not invincible, this is the African buffalo. And on this land, amid relentless challenges, they still live, still reproduce, still symbolize unwavering strength. This is the African Savannah, where life is never simple, where each species writes its own story in evolution's eternal book. And the buffalo, with all its weaknesses, remains an indispensable part of that picture. Under the African sun, The river flows gently across the savanna. Its surface reflects the sky, creating a peaceful picture. But that calm is only an illusion. Beneath the dark water, danger is waiting. This is the realm of ancient rulers. The Nile crocodile, a massive reptile over 5 meters long and weighing more than 250 kilograms, is a master of ambush. With a bite force reaching 2,500 psi, countless lives are taken every day by these living traps. The leopard, one of the fastest predators on the savanna, moves silently toward the riverbank, searching for prey. An antelope is drinking on the opposite bank. The distance is ideal. The leopard calculates its approach. To reach the far bank, it must cross the river. The water is shallow, less than half a meter deep. It looks safe. The leopard steps in. Cool water surrounds its legs as it begins to cross, eyes fixed on the antelope ahead. But it does not know that beneath the surface, a pair of eyes has locked onto it. A crocodile has been waiting for this moment. With swimming bursts of 12 to 14 kilometers per hour, the crocodile explodes upward like an arrow. There is no time to react. Jaws clamp around the leopard's neck. Enormous force drags it instantly beneath the water. The leopard struggles desperately. Claws scrape the surface, searching for purchase, but in vain. The crocodile holds its prey underwater until it drowns. This tactic rarely fails. Within minutes, it is over. The apex predator on land becomes prey in the water. The antelope on the opposite bank remains unharmed, unaware that a tragedy has occurred just dozens of meters away. In lion society, females play a crucial role, both skilled hunters and devoted mothers protecting the pride. Lion cubs stay close to their mothers, learning survival skills for life on the harsh savanna. The river ahead hides deadly threats, where giant crocodiles silently wait for anything that dares to cross. Though dominant on land, lions are cautious in water, where they lose their speed advantage entirely. Lion cubs must swim with all their strength, trying not to draw the attention of freshwater killers. The lioness constantly scans her surroundings, ready to face any danger to protect every member of the pride. Crocodiles detect even the slightest vibrations on the surface. Their lethal jaws are ready for a lightning strike. Tension peaks as the encounter draws near. This is the ultimate test of courage for the lion family. Unity and maternal instinct carry the pride across the line between life and death, allowing the journey to continue. Two male lions advance, strength and authority evident in every powerful step. Beneath the calm water, crocodiles lie in wait, ready to attack any intruder. The lions step into the river cautiously, knowing this is an environment where their advantage disappears. A massive crocodile silently closes in, the patience of an ancient hunter about to be rewarded. The battle erupts midstream. The crocodile launches a lightning strike, trying to drag the lion into the depths. Amid swirling water and mud, the lion fights with all its strength, but cannot escape the crushing jaws. The other male reaches the bank and turns back, watching his companion vanish into the reddened water. African wild dogs are among the most relentless predators, their mottled coats providing perfect camouflage. At the water's edge, a small antelope stands at the brink of life and death as the pack closes in. The chase unfolds in seconds, the dogs driving the prey toward the river to cut off escape. With no other choice, the antelope plunges into the water, risking the dangers below. But the river is not peaceful. Massive hippos are enraged by the intrusion. The antelope is now trapped between the hippo's violent jaws and the dogs waiting on the bank. The wild dogs remain patient, knowing the antelope cannot stay submerged for long. From the murky depths, another silent killer emerges. A crocodile moves in, unseen. A lightning strike ends the antelope's fate. The river claims victory in the struggle for survival. The search for life begins in dry lands, where millions of animals set out on migration. Wildebeest and zebras form a living torrent, traveling thousands of kilometers driven by instinct. Tireless legs cross unforgiving terrain, heading toward promised green plains. Ahead lies the greatest trial, the raging Mara River, where death lurks beneath muddy waters. When the lead animal leaps, a mass crossing begins, creating scenes of chaos and raw drama. Zebras and wildebeest surge into the river, battling strong currents and jagged rocks. Below the surface, giant Nile crocodiles are already waiting, prepared for a bloody ambush. Attacks erupt in an instant, turning the river into a brutal arena where survival hangs by a thread. Many animals fall, becoming sustenance for predators and sustaining nature's harsh balance. The lucky survivors press on, continuing the epic tale of endurance and life. One cycle ends, another begins. Nature remains cruel, yet endlessly extraordinary. Crocodiles maintain balance by removing the weak, keeping animal populations strong. They are an essential part of the ecosystem. And however brutal it may be, this is how nature has functioned for millions of years. Every day, countless lives are taken, and countless new lives are born. The circle continues. The river keeps flowing, crocodiles keep waiting, and life on the African savanna goes on, fierce, powerful, and full of vitality. Dawn spreads across the African savanna, an ecosystem governed by ancient laws. Here, every creature must adapt. There is no room for wasted energy. Predators, scavengers, and opportunists coexist within this space. Within this spiral of survival, the hyena emerges in a controversial role. The spotted hyena is the most widespread carnivore in Africa, ranging from savannas to open woodlands. A forward-sloping body allows them to maintain steady speed over long distances. Hyena jaws generate a bite force exceeding 100 psi, strong enough to crush large bones. Their sense of smell can detect carcasses from over 4 kilometers away, surpassing many other carnivores. Hyenas live in large clans, sometimes numbering up to 80 individuals. Females are larger and dominate males within the social structure. Rank determines access to food, reproduction, and protection of the young. This forms the foundation for all survival strategies that follow. Hyenas are not merely scavengers. Most of their food comes from active hunting. Studies show that in some regions, hyenas hunt successfully more often than lions. They target weak, injured, or isolated prey. However, hunting always consumes energy and carries the risk of injury. As a result, hyenas developed an opportunistic strategy: observe and wait. They track other predators from a distance for minutes, sometimes hours. This behavior relies on memory and risk assessment. For hyenas, success comes not from strength, but from precise timing. With agile bodies and a clan-based lifestyle, they can cooperate to confront other predators. But in this world, the raw muscular power of lions remains a direct threat to hyena gains. This is not merely a contest over food, but an age-old conflict between two apex forces of the food chain. The so-called laughing call is in fact an alarm signal or a sign of excitement when a hyena clan seeks to overwhelm an opponent. A male lion may be 3 times stronger than a hyena, but numbers can allow hyenas to turn the tide. Elsewhere, the cheetah, the speed athlete of the African savanna, has made a successful kill. As the cheetahs begin to feed, a hyena seizes the opportunity, waiting to steal the meal. Cheetahs are built for speed, not combat. Even a minor injury can end their ability to hunt. The scientific term for this is Kleptoparasitism, survival by stealing the prey of other species, a low-effort but highly effective strategy. A hyena's stomach contains extremely strong acid, allowing it to digest meat laden with dangerous bacteria. Hyenas understand their opponent's weaknesses. They do not need to be faster or stealthier, only more relentless and aggressive. Hyena intelligence is often compared to that of primates. They can calculate risk and reward in every act of theft. Even leopards cannot escape the pursuit of these ghosts of the savanna. Leopards often hide their kills to avoid hyenas, but a single mistake can cost them their meal. Boldness is the hyena's ultimate weapon. Patient and flexible, they wait to seize the rewards of other predators. As darkness falls, the balance of power on the plains begins to shift. Hyenas become more formidable than ever. A hyena clan can number up to 40 individuals. Collective strength allows them to handle prey much larger than themselves. Hyenas are not just thieves or opportunists, they are among the greatest survivors of the continent. In the wild, there is no right or wrong, only what works. And hyenas have adapted perfectly to survive. Thieves or opportunists? The answer lies in the complexity of nature, where the line between survival, existence, and theft is always thin. Hyenas are the most efficient consumers of carcasses on the African savanna. They can eat nearly an entire carcass, including large bones. This rapidly reduces decomposing remains in the environment. Removing carcasses limits the spread of bacteria and parasites. Hyenas indirectly protect water sources and hunting grounds. They redistribute energy from carcasses back into the food chain. Many other species benefit from the leftovers. In the ecosystem, hyenas are an irreplaceable link. Hyenas are often viewed through a negative human lens, but in nature, behavior is not governed by morality. Every survival strategy is the result of long-term evolution. On the African savanna, hyenas are simply fulfilling their role. The African savanna stretches all the way to the horizon. Here, two ecological powers coexist: lions on land and crocodiles in the water. Land and water form two separate worlds. Each has its own apex predator, perfectly adapted to its territory. The dry season shrinks water sources. These places become gathering points for many species, where every ecological interaction can occur. The riverbanks preserve the tracks of both species. The paths of lions and crocodiles lie only a short distance apart. This transitional zone gives an advantage to the species that can best exploit the environment. Every encounter plays an ecological role. On land, lions dominate through strength and social organization. They control wide areas across the savanna. In the water, crocodiles dominate through stillness. Their explosive power makes any creature near the water's edge cautious. Where the two territories meet, ecological balance is formed. Each species fills its own role in the river ecosystem. Lions are the apex predators on land. Their powerful bodies and teamwork give them a strong advantage. Lionesses lead and manage most of the hunting in the pride. Male lions defend the territory. Their roar can be heard up to 5 kilometers away. In the water, the Nile crocodile is one of Africa's largest reptiles. Its jaws have immense bite force. Crocodiles use explosive speed to take down prey in an instant. Their ambush ability makes them a constant threat in any water zone. Lions and crocodiles rarely hunt each other, but when territories overlap, both become potential threats. The difference in habitats creates two opposite survival strategies: speed on land, power in water. Lions adapt to the heat by resting most of the day. Their main activity occurs in early morning and late afternoon when temperatures drop. Crocodiles withstand heat thanks to their cold-blooded physiology and can conserve energy far longer than many species. When temperatures rise, they slip into the water to stabilize their body temperature. Lions rely on sight and hearing to detect danger around water areas. Crocodiles, in contrast, sense vibrations and pressure changes, allowing them to detect prey from afar. Each species has its own advantages. Lions dominate on land, crocodiles overpower in water. When one enters the territory of the other, the risk of conflict increases, especially around shallow river crossings. During seasonal movements, lion prides are forced to cross rivers. This is when both species come closest to direct contact. Lionesses check the water depth. Every step in the water can attract the attention of lurking crocodiles. A cub strays from the safe position of the pride. Just a few meters off course creates serious danger. In the water, a crocodile senses scattered vibrations and moves quickly toward the shallow zone. The cub moves more slowly than the others, making it the easiest target. The crocodile bursts forward, executing its signature ambush attack. The bite happens in an instant. The lioness reacts, but not fast enough to stop the outcome. The loss makes the pride more cautious around riverbanks. It also marks the beginning of further interactions between the two species. After the river incident, the pride becomes more alert. When a crocodile climbs onto the bank to bask, they sense a shift in the balance. On land, the crocodile moves slowly, giving lions a rare opportunity to approach without waterborne danger. The pride spreads out to block the path back to the river, where the crocodile would regain its advantage. The crocodile tries to turn, but its body structure prevents quick reactions on dry ground. The male lion attacks first, locking onto the shoulder, a vulnerable spot when the crocodile is surrounded. The lionesses assist from the sides, applying constant pressure to prevent the crocodile from reaching the water. As its resistance weakens, the lions gain full control of the situation. This outcome reflects an ecological cycle. Lions find opportunity only when crocodiles leave their optimal environment. Later, during a buffalo hunt, a lioness falls into a dangerous position. This accidentally brings her near the crocodile's domain again. A sideways hit injures her shoulder, a wound that severely limits her sprinting ability. The lioness retreats from danger and limps toward the riverbank. Not far away, a crocodile clearly senses the vibrations of a weakening animal, a familiar signal to an ambush predator. The shallow mud makes it hard for the lioness to gain traction. This is exactly the terrain crocodiles use when approaching prey on land. From the water, the crocodile surges upward with short but immense power, targeting an already slowed lioness. She cannot retreat quickly due to the injury, and the distance closes within seconds. The bite ends the interaction cycle. The crocodile exploits the weakness, completing the ecological loop at this riverbank. In transitional zones, two dominant species constantly observe and adapt to survive. There is no absolute superiority in nature. Each environment produces its own advantage. Lions are safe on land but must be cautious near water. Crocodiles rule in water but lose power on land. Their balance maintains the natural order of the river ecosystem. Every encounter carries the imprint of millions of years of evolution. What appears to be conflict is simply part of the natural cycle. Both species continue fulfilling their roles in the food chain. Water and land. Each realm crowns its own king. In their proper environments, each reaches peak strength. Nature has no winners or losers, only survival and adaptation over time. And where the two worlds meet, balance endures, as it has for countless ages. The African savanna and woodlands are home to elephants, a vast environment yet filled with challenges. In every elephant herd, the leader is always an older matriarch, the living archive of the family's knowledge. She doesn't just lead the way, she protects the youngest from constant threats that stalk the plains. Decades of experience allow the matriarch to locate water, food, and safe shelter with remarkable accuracy. But the grasslands offer more than nourishment. They also hide predators waiting for the perfect chance to strike the calves. Every movement of the matriarch has purpose, keeping the herd stable and maintaining a safe zone for the young. The unity and discipline of the herd originate from her leadership. This is the story of a leader, a mother who safeguards life across generations. Elephant herds follow a matriarchal structure. The oldest female decides direction, pace, and daily behavior. Every young calf learns from her how to find water, how to sense danger, and how to communicate through vibrations. As the herd moves, the matriarch constantly monitors the calves to ensure no one falls behind. Calves are kept at the center of the herd, the safest place from predators. Generations of matriarchs pass down knowledge that allows the herd to survive harsh conditions. These lessons maintain herd stability across decades. A matriarchal structure enables quick decision-making in moments of danger. And it is this structure that makes the matriarch a natural leader, without the need for dominance battles. Water dictates the survival of the entire herd. The matriarch remembers each seasonal water hole. During the dry season, the herd must travel farther in search of reliable water sources. The matriarch chooses routes based on terrain and the pace of the calves. Shallow water holes attract many other species, increasing competition. The matriarch always enters the water first, ensuring safety for those behind her. Some pools hide crocodiles, a rare but deadly threat. Her experience helps the herd avoid the most dangerous areas. After a long journey, the herd finally reaches a safe water source. If a calf wanders even a few meters away, lions may seize the opportunity. The matriarch signals a warning, forcing the herd to close ranks. Lions assess the distance, but attacking adult elephants carries huge risks. The matriarch steps forward, demonstrating overwhelming dominance. A single strike from her trunk or head can severely injure a predator. Understanding the danger, the lions retreat in search of safer opportunities. The matriarch checks the calves' positions before leading the herd onward. Her determination reminds every predator that elephants are far from an easy target. Each new generation grows up carrying lessons passed down by the matriarchs before them. Memories of water sources and migration routes are preserved in the oldest individuals. These memories help the herd endure droughts and shifting landscapes. The matriarch also teaches communication through low-frequency sounds that travel long distances underground. These calls keep the herd connected even when spread across kilometers. Her leadership relies not on strength alone, but on wisdom and guidance. This stability makes elephant herds among the most resilient groups on the savanna. And as the new generation matures, they will one day assume the same protective role. On the savanna, the matriarch's role extends far beyond that of a single individual. She is the memory of the herd, the anchor for its young. Every step she leaves in the soil is a continuation of millions of years of evolution. Through her journey, she keeps the herd safe, strong, and enduring. Life is never easy on the savanna, but the matriarch guides her family through every challenge. Her steadiness is the foundation that allows elephants to survive generation after generation. As the sun sets, a new journey awaits tomorrow. And so, the leader of the herd continues her mission, guiding, protecting, and preserving life in the wild. The African savanna is a harsh land where every creature must adapt to survive. It is a place where the strongest predators compete for every chance at survival. But it is also where the small yet fearless ones create uneven battles against enemies, many times their size. In this world, the honey badger rises as a symbol of toughness, a warrior that knows no fear. The honey badger possesses powerful jaws, thick skin, and lightning-fast reflexes, traits that make it formidable. Its fiery temperament and overwhelming confidence push it to challenge any creature. Its sharp sense of smell allows it to detect danger and hunting opportunities even underground. And these very traits will soon drag it into a series of brutal clashes, from lions to wild dogs and baboons. After leaving its foraging grounds, the honey badger accidentally approaches the spot where two lion cubs are resting. The scent of the cubs triggers its predatory instinct, even though it is an extremely bold decision. The lioness detects the intruder before it is too late. She charges like a gust of wind, protecting her cubs with the power of an apex predator. The weight-imbalanced battle erupts fiercely, yet the honey badger refuses to back down. It strikes back with powerful bites, aiming at poorly protected weak points. In a decisive moment, the honey badger bites hard into the lioness's tail, a painful blow that forces her to retreat. With two cubs to protect, the lioness chooses withdrawal instead of further risk. Once again, the honey badger is the last one standing, winning through sheer stubborn resilience. But its curiosity and sharp nose do not allow it to linger. Another scent attracts it, the smell of wild dogs and freshly dug soil. A completely different encounter awaits ahead. The honey badger senses movement beneath the ground, a den full of vulnerable wild dog pups. This is a high-energy meal craved by any lone predator. But the mother dog appears in time, blocking the entrance. Her determination is only the beginning. The entire pack is on the way. The honey badger knows the advantage is not its own. Fighting an entire pack alone is reckless and pointless. It flees, not out of fear, but out of understanding that the opportunity is gone. As it leaves the area, the scent of crocodile eggs along the riverbank attracts it. A leftover nest, and even an abandoned hatchling. Seizing the chance, the honey badger kills the young crocodile with a swift bite. It continues breaking open the eggs, its foraging instinct refusing to waste such valuable energy. After the meal, it moves along the forest edge, where new opportunities await. And here, another helpless creature wanders into its sight. A young baboon strays just a few meters from the troop, unaware of the danger closing in. The honey badger accelerates, predatory instincts surging. The young baboon panics and runs, but cannot outrun the honey badger. The chase ends in moments. The baboon has no chance. Adult baboons notice and unleash loud alarm calls across the area. The entire troop charges in fury. This is no longer survival, but revenge. Though alone, the honey badger fights wildly, refusing to submit. But the numbers and speed overwhelm it, forcing it back. Finally, survival instincts push it to retreat from the enraged troop. But for the young baboon, it is already too late. A heavy silence falls over the forest, where chaos reigned just moments earlier. And the honey badger, covered in wounds, continues onward. Its life has never allowed it to stop. After a day of dangerous encounters, it continues foraging along the forest edge, where another formidable enemy lurks. A familiar scent stops it, the smell of venomous snakes, a species it has battled many times before. A large cobra emerges, hood spread wide in defense. The honey badger shows no fear. It has developed venom resistance, a rare advantage in nature. The snake attacks first, striking toward its face in a deadly lunge. The honey badger counters with speed and precision, targeting the head, the quickest way to end the fight. The snake thrashes violently, but within seconds, the battle is over. With this nutrient-rich meal, the honey badger prepares for the days of survival ahead. From lionesses, wild dogs, young crocodiles, baboons, to venomous snakes, it has faced them all in one brutal day. Its fearlessness and extraordinary toughness make it one of Africa's most formidable creatures. But nature never rests. Each new day brings fresh challenges. And in this unforgiving land, the honey badger marches on, unyielding, fearless, and always ready to fight. Under the East African sun, the Mara River flows gently across the vast savanna. Its surface reflects the clear blue sky. But beneath that calm water, another life is waiting. This is the realm of some of the most ancient predators on Earth. Nile crocodiles have lived here for millions of years. They are architects of patience, masters of the art of waiting. Every year, thousands of wildebeest and zebras must cross this river. This is the greatest migration in the natural world. The call of fresh grass on the far bank echoes deep within their instincts. There is no other choice. Migration is survival. The first steps into the water. Others follow. The current swirls gently around their legs. Beneath the surface, yellow eyes lock onto their targets. Crocodiles do not need to rush. The river will carry the prey closer. A lightning-fast strike. jaws clamp shut. The power of millions of years of evolution is unleashed in a single moment. A wildebeest is dragged under. Others panic and swim forward. This is the price of crossing land that does not belong to them. But this is not tragedy. This is law. Crocodiles maintain balance, removing the weak and keeping herds strong. The survivors reach the bank, shaking water from their coats. They have crossed. Ahead lies green grass waiting. The crocodiles return to their positions. No emotion, no regret, only instinct and survival. Each year, this river witnesses thousands of deaths, yet it is what sustains an entire ecosystem. There are no winners, no losers, only the cycle of life. But crocodiles are not always the rulers. Even they face challenges. There are moments when the hunter must be cautious, when the line between predator and prey grows thin. A pride of lions approaches the river. Not only herbivores must cross, even land predators must face the water. Among them are lion cubs, still young, unfamiliar with the dangers hidden below the surface. Beneath the clear water, a crocodile senses opportunity. A cub is an easier target. Adult lions enter first. They test the depth, assess danger with sharpened instinct. A warning roar echoes. They have detected the crocodile. The pride closes ranks, protecting the young. The crocodile retreats. Faced with unity, even an underwater predator must reconsider. The pride crosses safely. The cubs learn their first lesson in survival. Strength lies in unity. The crocodile watches them leave. No disappointment, only acceptance. There will be other chances. During the breeding season, female crocodiles must leave the water to find a safe nesting site along the riverbank. They choose high, dry ground near water, where stable temperatures allow the eggs to develop. Using forelimbs and tail, the crocodile digs a shallow pit in the sand to lay her eggs. Each nest may contain more than 40 eggs, depending on the size of the mother. The mother stays to guard them. Days pass without eating or drinking. Maternal instinct outweighs hunger and thirst. But on land, the heavy body and short legs make movement slow and difficult. A pride of lions discovers the crocodile and recognizes this disadvantage. The crocodile fights back with powerful tail strikes. One blow can break a lion's bones, but numbers are not on its side. Thick armor-like skin allows the crocodile to withstand many initial attacks. But after hours, it grows exhausted from heat and dehydration. With its last strength, the crocodile lunges towards the river. Every step is heavy, but the water lies ahead. The lions turn back to the nest. The fate of the next generation is sealed. This is the cost of survival. In the Amazon basin, caiman crocodiles play a vital predatory role in freshwater ecosystems. In these murky brown waters, caimans are dominant, smaller than their African relatives, but no less dangerous. They hunt fish, birds, and anything small enough to seize. Their reaction speed is lightning fast. A river otter strays from the group, moving through calm waters. A fatal mistake in the wild. Sensing the rare opportunity, the caiman reacts instantly, lunging with a familiar snap. The attack is sudden, but the otter's slick body slips free from the jaws by inches. The otter's cries echo through the forest, a call for help, a signal to its kind. From all directions, otters emerge. 5, 6, then 8. They surround the crocodile. The otter group attacks relentlessly from multiple directions. The reptile's strength, once overwhelming against a single otter, begins to fade. Exhausted, the crocodile finally yields, overwhelmed by the relentless assault. The chaos on the water draws the attention of another observer. The jaguar, an opportunistic predator, a master of patience. It has witnessed the entire struggle. The jaguar does not confront directly. It waits for the right moment. The jaguar strikes. It drags the dead crocodile from the otter's grasp and quickly climbs onto the bank. It retreats swiftly, avoiding unnecessary conflict. In nature, no species holds dominance forever. Today's predator may become prey under different circumstances. Every action is the result of evolutionary adaptation. Strength is only effective in the right environment. The river continues to flow, favoring no species. Cycles of survival repeat across generations. There is no absolute victory in the wild. Only balance, maintained in its own way. Across the vast grasslands of Africa, the morning light slips through every blade of grass. This is the land of the planet's greatest creatures. In this wilderness, one animal dominates all others. The lion, the apex predator of the savannah, possesses a complex and highly efficient social structure. An adult lion can weigh up to 190 kilograms. Its golden brown coat blends seamlessly with the surrounding environment, giving it an advantage when approaching prey. Within the pride, lionesses take on the primary hunting role. They are smaller, faster, and work in perfect coordination. This survival strategy has existed for thousands of years. Lions hunt mainly at dusk or dawn, when low light allows them to stay hidden more easily. Their sense of smell and hearing play a vital role in detecting prey, even at distances of over 1 kilometer. A lion's top speed can reach up to 80 kilometers per hour in short bursts. However, endurance is not its strength. Therefore, their hunting strategy relies on ambush and group coordination. Each individual has a specific position surrounding the prey from multiple directions. In a single day, an adult lion needs about 7 kilograms of meat to maintain its energy. For an entire pride, the required amount of food is enormous. They often hunt large hoofed animals such as antelope, zebras, and especially African buffalo, but these are also formidable challenges. Most of the day, lions rest to conserve energy. They can sleep up to 20 hours a day. Interaction within the pride strengthens social bonds. They groom one another, play, and communicate through vocalizations. Today, the pride moves toward a wetland area. Across the river, a herd of buffalo is grazing. This is a valuable hunting opportunity. Buffalo are among the most dangerous prey. They have sharp horns, immense strength, and a powerful instinct to protect the herd. The pride decides to cross the river. Floodwaters cannot suppress their hunting instinct. One by one, they step into the water. Reaching the opposite bank, the lions spread out and move closer to the buffalo herd. The buffalo sense danger and begin to move. The chase begins. Despite their heavy bodies, the buffalo run at impressive speed. The lions struggle to keep up, searching for the weakest target. A lioness spots a buffalo calf running behind its mother. Her hunting instinct pushes her to accelerate and close the distance. The lioness lunges at the calf, but the mother buffalo turns back immediately. Her instinct to protect her young is just as strong as the lion's instinct to hunt. The mother buffalo strikes powerfully with her horns, slamming into the lioness. The impact forces the lioness to release the calf and retreat. The lioness is injured. She struggles to stand, moving with difficulty. The buffalo herd escapes, taking the calf with them. The rest of the pride watches from a distance, assessing the situation and the risks. In the natural world, every decision has consequences. The injured lioness slowly returns to the pride. Her wounds will take time to heal, a reminder that hunting buffalo always carries danger. In the coming days, the pride will continue hunting without her. This is the reality of life in the wild. Not far away, a mother giraffe wanders with her calf, searching for green grass and water. Giraffes can grow up to 5 meters tall and weigh over 1 ton. Their height allows them to feed on leaves unreachable to other animals. But for a young giraffe, the world is full of danger. The calf is slow and inexperienced in recognizing threats. Unknowingly, they have entered the territory of a lion pride and stepped into danger. The pride spots the giraffes. They focus on the calf, the easier target. Lionesses slowly move in. The mother giraffe senses danger. Her instincts warn her to leave the area immediately, but it is already too late. Lions burst from the grass. The calf has no time to react. Within seconds, it is over. The lions clamp onto its neck. The mother giraffe watches helplessly from a distance. In nature, loss is part of the cycle of life. The pride gathers around the prey. Each member takes its share. This is a crucial moment to replenish energy. However, their hunger is not fully satisfied. They begin to notice the mother giraffe still nearby. Adult giraffes are agile and can run up to 60 kilometers per hour. But in this situation, speed alone is not enough. The pride coordinates the chase. From multiple directions, they cut off the mother giraffe's escape. Individual strength cannot overcome group strategy. The mother giraffe falls. The lions quickly finish the hunt. Her fate was sealed the moment she entered this territory. With two large prey animals, the pride has enough food for many days. This is a major success, compensating for earlier failed hunts. In the natural world, there are no winners or losers, only the cycle of life and ecological balance. Lions are a crucial link in the ecosystem. They control herbivore populations, helping maintain plant diversity and ecological stability. Near the riverbank, a female crocodile guards her nest of eggs. For weeks, she has barely left this spot. Nile crocodiles can reach lengths of up to 6 meters and weigh over 700 kilograms. In water, they are apex predators. On land, they are formidable opponents. Today, however, the lion pride appears. They have detected the scent of the egg nest and newly hatched crocodiles nearby. The mother crocodile senses the threat. Her maternal instinct drives her to rise and face the lions. The confrontation begins. The crocodile swings her powerful tail, trying to drive the lions away. The lions remain cautious, avoiding the dangerous blows. Crocodiles possess the strongest bite force in the animal kingdom, up to 5,000 pounds per square inch. A single bite can seriously injure a lion. But the pride attacks from multiple directions. The crocodile cannot defend all sides at once. The lions move closer to the nest. The crocodile fights with all her strength, but gradually becomes exhausted. Facing an entire pride is too much. Realizing she cannot win, the crocodile makes a life-saving decision. She turns and plunges into the river. In the water, the crocodile is safe. The lions do not pursue, knowing that the aquatic environment belongs to her. On land, the pride approaches the nest and the young crocodiles. It is small but easy prey. The fate of the hatchlings is sealed. Without their mother's protection, they have no chance of survival. Lions do not compete only with prey. They also face other predators such as spotted hyenas, cheetahs, and African wild dogs. Hyenas often attempt to steal food from lions. With large numbers, they can overpower even a lion pride. Male lions usually defend the kill from these thieves. Their roars echo across the savannah, declaring ownership. Once the lions are full, other species get their chance. Vultures, scavenger birds, and many small animals survive on the leftovers. As night falls over the African grasslands, the pride rests. A day of hunting has ended. They have done what was necessary to survive. Lions are symbols of strength and patience. They live in a world where every decision is a matter of life and death. In the food chain, lions play a vital role. They maintain balance and ensure the ecosystem functions harmoniously. This is wild Africa, where lions remain the kings of the savannah, and the cycle of life continues as it has for millions of years. Dawn at the Okavango Delta. Golden light spreads across the grassland. The air is bitterly cold. A howl rings out, followed by a series of calls. Not wolves, not hyenas, but African wild dogs, Lycaon pictus, the most dangerous hunters of the savannah. Tricolored fur of black, white, and yellow. No two are alike. Large rounded ears, 4 toes instead of 5. Evolution has created the perfect hunting machine. But the true strength lies not in the individual, but in the pack. 12 dogs, 1 family, 1 army. The Okavango Delta is the world's largest inland delta. 20,000 square kilometers of grassland and swamps. A paradise for herbivores. Thousands of antelope live here, hundreds of herds of buffalo, and they are all prey for wild dogs. But the savannah is also home to the rulers, lions and cheetahs. They are bigger, stronger, and see wild dogs as competitors. Wild dogs live in a fragile balance. Too close to lions, they are killed. Too far from the pack, they are isolated. Survival depends on unity. A wild dog pack has the highest hunting success rate in Africa, 80%, 3 times higher than lions. The secret lies in tactics. They don't ambush, don't stalk, they chase. Speed of 65 kilometers per hour, sustained for 5 continuous kilometers. The pack has spotted prey, a female antelope, 200 meters away. They stop, assess, plan. The pack leader decides, a head nod, signal to begin. The pack splits up, 3 go left, 3 go right, 6 in the middle. This is the encirclement tactic. No words, no calls, only perfect coordination. Each dog knows its role. The antelope detects danger, turns to run, but it's too late. The circle has closed. Every escape route is blocked. The chase begins. 65 kilometers per hour. The antelope is agile, but wild dogs have endurance. They don't give up. The pack leader bites the hind leg. The antelope staggers. The second dog jumps up, bites the belly. Within 30 seconds, it's all over. Not cruel, not prolonged. Wild dogs kill quickly and efficiently. That is nature's way. The entire pack eats together. No young competition, no conflict. Each has a share. The pups eat first. That is the rule. But pack strength is not only shown when hunting, but also when confronting those stronger. A lone male lion is approaching. 200 kilograms of muscle, jaws that crush bone. One wild dog has no chance. But this isn't one dog, this is 12 dogs. They don't run, don't surrender the food. The pack gathers, forms a circle facing outward, an ancient defensive tactic. The lion stops, assesses the situation. One is easy, but 12 united dogs are a real threat. The wild dogs begin to counterattack, calling in unison, moving toward the lion, without fear. This is their territory. One jumps from the left, bites the hind leg. The lion turns, but another attacks from the right. Encirclement tactics. The lion tries to counterattack, but cannot deal with multiple directions at once. Each time it turns, another attacks from behind. Bites accumulate, hind leg injured, rump bitten. The lion no longer has strength to attack, only to defend. The lion understands it has lost, turns back, retreats, limps away. 12 wild dogs have defeated the ruler of the savannah. not because they are stronger, but because they are more united. In nature, unity is absolute strength. But pack strength is also the greatest weakness. A lone wild dog has no chance of survival. Today, a young one is about to learn this painful lesson. A young wild dog has strayed from the pack. Hunting instinct leads. It inadvertently wanders beyond the pack's range without noticing. A cheetah is lying in wait right there. The cheetah's eyes observe every movement of the young wild dog, alone and vulnerable. The cheetah is a speed hunter. Its speed can reach 110 kilometers per hour, fastest on land. The young wild dog doesn't know danger lurks. The cheetah suddenly bursts from the bushes, like lightning. The young wild dog turns, but it's too late. The whole pack immediately rushes to rescue it. Within 5 seconds, it's all over. The cheetah's bite has ended the young wild dog's life. A weak cry for help rings out. The pack hears it. Some have rushed to save it, but it's too late. The wild dog pack can do nothing. The alpha calls out, a sorrowful cry. A member has been lost. In the natural world, every mistake has a price. Leaving the pack is a fatal mistake. The strength of wild dogs is the pack. Also, the reason for survival. A painful but clear lesson. Unity is strength. Isolation is death. The law of the savannah cannot be changed. Wild dogs have a complex social structure. An alpha pair leads. They are the parents of most pups. A tight family system. No power struggles, no internal fighting. Each has a clear role: hunting, defending, raising young. Perfect division of labor. When hunting, they never act spontaneously. Every hunt has a plan. Observe, assess, assign, execute. They hunt in early morning and late evening, when temperatures are lower. Better endurance. Prey more tired. Calculated strategy. Today the target is a buffalo calf, 150 kilograms, 10 times larger than a wild dog, but it's separated from the herd. Five attack head-on, 7 surround from behind. The buffalo calf turns to run, but the escape route is cut off. The circle tightens. One bites the leg, one bites the belly, one bites the ear. The buffalo resists, but cannot fight attacks from 12 directions. Within 3 minutes, the hunt ends. Absolute efficiency, no injuries. That is the power of tactics and unity. But success always brings danger. The smell of blood spreads across the savannah, attracting other predators. A clan of hyenas is approaching. 20 hyenas, double the number of wild dogs. Each weighs twice as much as a wild dog. This is a serious threat. Wild dogs must choose, fight or retreat. The alpha assesses. The numerical difference is too great. The decision is to retreat. They abandon the food without hesitation. Survival is more important than one meal. The savanna always has other prey, but the pack cannot be replaced. This is the law of the savanna. Not the strongest survive, but the wisest. Knowing when to fight, knowing when to retreat. Wild dogs may lose food, but not lose members. In their world, the pack is everything. The sun sets over Okavango. The wild dog pack gathers to rest. Another day survived. Another day united. African wild dogs are one of the most threatened species. Only about 6,000 remain in the wild. Habitat loss, disease and human causes. But they still exist, not because they're the strongest, but because they're the most united. In the pack, each individual becomes stronger. They prove that in nature, cooperation is stronger than competition, unity stronger than isolation, family stronger than individual. Tomorrow, they will hunt again, face danger again, protect each other again, because that is the only way to survive. African wild dogs are not the largest hunters, not the fastest, but the most united, and that is their most powerful weapon. On the African savanna, lions are kings, cheetahs are speed, but wild dogs are the lesson about the power of unity. And that lesson extends beyond the savanna, reaches all living beings. Together, we are stronger.